Hey, good morning! It's Uncle Lou here. Yep, that's right, it's me, Uncle Lou. Live for you on LouTube today. Yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I have to make this video, because of another video that I made. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. Natrez Patrick, has been cleared in the post-SEC championship game run-in with Johnny Law. Yeah, of course, him and Jason Stanley were pulled over. Jason Stanley was driving, speeding. They get pulled over. They find some weed in the car. Stanley and Patrick arrested. Patrick arrested for possession of marijuana. Stanley arrested for that, and I think speeding and driving under the influence of the weed. Anyway, the charges against Natrez Patrick have been dropped. It looks like Jason Stanley is admitting guilt, copping to the weed, and this. I had heard that it was just a little bit of weed or whatever that the cops found, but you always hear that. And a little bit of weed is a subjective term. What's a little bit to me might be a little bit to you, or a lot to me might be a little, whatever. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, I found this picture. This is the evidence the cops had against Natrez Patrick, okay, for possession of marijuana. This is what they found. Look at this now. I mean, I don't smoke weed. I smoked weed one time, like, how old am I? 38 or 39? I don't even remember anymore. So, 18 years ago maybe, I smoked weed one time. So I'm by no means an expert. But that seems like the amount of weed that would be just enough really to piss you off or irritate. I mean, what can you even do with that? I don't know. It seems ridiculous to me. Cops definitely reaching on this one, trying to charge somebody with marijuana possession when it's just that little bitty amount. I know technically any weed is illegal, but listen, people get caught with a little teeny tiny bit of weed all the time. Most cops don't want to go through the hassle or the paperwork of hauling somebody in, over a seed, or whatever. So they'll dump the weed out, whatever it is, stomp on, whatever, rather than going through the hassle of trying to arrest somebody and ruin somebody over that little bitty amount of weed. But anyway, Natrez Patrick, charges dismissed. So as far as I know, he's good to go for the Rose Bowl. He should be playing in that game. And I know you're going to have some people that are going to say, well, it was probably his weed. He's been busted for weed before. What was he doing out? He shouldn't have even been in the car with it, yada, yada, yada. All that stuff. Those are all valid points, okay? Hard for me to argue. He definitely, whether the weed was his or not, he definitely exercised poor judgment in even being around it. But anyway, without any charges, there is no crime, okay? So there's no real reason in Uncle Lou's mind to keep this guy out of the Rose Bowl. So I guess it looks like he's going to play now, which is good news for Georgia and good news for Natrez Patrick. And to Jason Stanley, salute, sir. You did the right thing. I'm going to take you at your word, sir, that the weed was yours. You copped to it. You're going to take the fall here. And to be honest, I mean, just being real, and y'all know if you watch Uncle Lou every day like you're supposed to, y'all know, while I may be a UGA homer, I ain't afraid to call a spade a spade. Y'all know that. Somebody plays bad, I'm the first one to get on here and say it, whether they play for UGA or anybody else, doesn't matter. Jason Stanley taking the fall for this weed for Natrez Patrick is probably the best play he's ever made in his entire career at UGA. Salute, sir.